guys, and welcome to this Vampirism Become a Vampire mod showcase and guide. So, I got this mod a while back, and well, not a while back, just like a few days ago. But don't worry, I know what I'm doing. And I was gonna start playing Minecraft and recording my gameplay, but I figured, just in case anybody who actually follows me wants to know what my mods are before they watch me play with them, and I guess also for anybody who gets the mod and needs to know what to do to become either a vampire hunter or a vampire, this will help you. So this mod is majority based on becoming a vampire, but you can become a vampire hunter, and both you can get to level 14 with them, max level 14, and you get achievements for that. Right now I am not either. I will show you that I am not either. See, I am not either. If I were a vampire, my hunger bar would actually change and be a blood bar, and there'd be a little purple number above my experience level number, telling me what level vampire I am. And if I was a hunter, everything else would be the same, but I'd have a little blue number above my experience number that would tell me what level I am as a vampire hunter. So I'm going to do the vampire hunter side first because it's less complex as the vampire side. It's actually a very big mod. So if you look at the vampire hunter side, there's these little tents, and they'll randomly generate throughout a world based on whatever world you're on. I mean, obviously not the flat one, but then you get these little fire pits, and there's two different tents actually. They look the same, but one of them is just a normal tent, and the other one, being this one, is actually a spawner, and it'll spawn them. They'll just walk around and they'll fight vampires and stuff. And then in order to become a vampire, or vampire hunter, you need this chair, and you need a garlic injection. You can't just click the chair. You need the garlic injection to use that, and you can't just click the garlic, it won't let you. You have to hold the garlic in your hand and click the chair, and it'll poison you for a second. See, now it's gone, but instantly I'm a vampire hunter. So these guys are all just looking at me. So now I'm a vampire hunter, and yes. So next, what you need to do in order to become, or in order to level up, is you need to make a stake. And you need to actually kill the vampires with the stake in order to get what you need from them, which is vampire blood. And to make a stake, it's pretty simple. Just like that. And there you have a stake. And then you just have to go around killing vampires with it. And it actually takes a long time to kill them. It's pretty difficult with just a stake. But that's what you do. And then when you kill them, it won't always give you this, but it should at some point. If you kill them with the stake, it'll give you vampire blood. And now, once again, it's like a 0 to 2 drop thing. They don't always give you They don't always give it to you. And then once you get the vampire blood, just click any random hunter, doesn't really matter. Usually just the low level ones. Right click them and put the vampire blood in that little slot, and then you can level up, and eventually it'll just go away. And if you exit out of it and try to right click them again, it'll tell you, I cannot train you any further. At that point, you don't need vampire blood anymore. At that point, you need this table, and you need vampire fangs, which you can get just by killing a vampire. A random book, doesn't matter, just a book. You need the vampire book, which you can find in dungeons or mine shafts or anything like that. And you can use, and you are eventually going to need pure blood, which you get by killing vampire barons, which I can't spawn them, it won't let me. They only spawn in vampire forests, which are cursed earth, very dark trees, and very much foggy skies, because that way the vampires can be out in daytime and they won't get hurt by the sunlight. So you can get fangs just by killing any random vampire. Pure blood you get by killing a vampire baron. As you can see, there's different purities. There's 1 through 5. And you're going to need those after to make the intel. And you need intel to level up. So right now I'm a level 4. And you need to be a level, well, you can get to level 14. So for level 5 you don't need pure blood, but for level 6, 7, 8 further you're going to need the pure blood. So then you got that intel. And then you just go into, see, I have a bunch of intel here. So you can get to level 14, that's the max level. Level 5 intel, and my vampire hunter trainer despawned, but you get the intel, and you get the vampire hunter trainer, and you can find them in villages. They actually spawn in villages. They actually have their own house there. They have lots of health. They have their own house in they have their own house in villages, and you can, you know, yeah, and you just right click on them and you give them iron and the intel. You can level up, and for further levels you're going to need gold, but that's pretty much it. You don't really, yeah, that's all you need to do. After you get to level 5, you just keep giving gold and iron and intel to the vampire hunter trainer until you're level 14, and then you're max level vampire hunter. And when you become a vampire hunter, you get different skills. You can access those by pressing the P on your keyboard. And so become a hunter, and then there's how to use a stake. Instantly kill any vampire that has below 35% of his max health with a stake. Increased attack speed. Disguise allows you to hide from mobs and become far less visible to other players. And then there's, you know, all these that you can do. You just need to get higher levels, which obviously I don't have. And you get choices between what you want to do. So you could, you know, double your attack damage, or get faster attack speed. You could enhance your weapons, or enhance your crossbows. You can make potions, and that's just what that is. Crossbows, if you go into the menu here, crossbows, there's a bunch of different ones, and you have to be a vampire hunter to use them. You can't use them if you're not a vampire hunter. They don't work. See, there's one tent is a spawner, the other's just a normal tent. There's all this armor you can use as a vampire hunter. And now I'm going to do the vampire side. Now, normally if you weren't a hunter, you could just use the vampire fangs and you could just right click the ground or whatever and you could inject yourself. But because I am vampire hunter, I am immune to sanguinaire vampiris, which is the vampire virus. But if you can get this blue purplish syringe here, this is the vampire virus syringe, and if you just inject yourself with this, as you can see, you'll revert back to normal human, you will lose all your levels and die. So then you'll become normal human again, and then you'll still need the fangs to turn yourself into a vampire. This just resets it for you, so that you're not a hunter anymore, you're a vampire, or you're a human again, just a normal random human. And once you've done that, you can inject yourself either with this, or you can inject yourself with fangs. Either should work. See, now I have the virus now. Even though I'm on creative mode, I have the virus. I'm just going to block those hunters in because they'll come and attack me while I'm trying to. I can show you these guys. So, the normal vampire hunter, it's just this guy, or you know, those guys. They're just normal. They go and they attack vampires. And then there's the advanced vampire hunter, and they actually have names. So this one's Ever Knife, and there's also there's a bunch. I think there's three. A bunch. There's three anyway that have different names. This one's Ever Knife, and then of course there's your vampire hunter trainer. Now I don't know which one's better than the other. This one obviously has way more hearts than this one. But, I feel like this one's better, that's why I put him after these two, because he's at that level where he can train others, but then again, these ones can train you too, but I guess he just gets recognized for it. Plus, he has way more health than the other ones. I guess this guy just is really good at killing vampires. And then you'll have, if you go into the vampire forest, what it looks like, I think I already said this, but what it looks like is just basically black trees and this cursed earth everywhere. The water's red, pretty sure it's blood. And it's just, it's all foggy in there so that the vampires don't get hurt when they're in the daylight. Like in the daytime, they don't get hurt because it's so foggy there. Blocks out the sun. And then there's these things. Now, it doesn't matter what you are, human, hunter, vampire, these things will attack you. They'll come flying for you, and if you get close enough, they'll just come for you. And if you hit them, they turn invisible. Like, they're still there, but they're just invisible. If you wait a little bit, they'll come back, see? But they turn invisible, and while they're invisible, they'll actually still attack you. So, you have to... It's not good to get in a little scuffle with those guys. They don't have a whole lot of health. They're fairly easy to kill. It's just difficult because they turn invisible. You can't see where they are. Yes, thank you for that. Yes, I'm aware you're here. I spawned you. These are just the normal vampires. They, you know, run around at nighttime or in the vampire forest. Actually, it's night right now. I wonder if any just spawned. There's a witch over there. I'm not gonna go look for them. but that's just a normal vampire. And then you have your advanced vampire, and they, just like the advanced hunter, have their own names. So this is the powerful Bill. The powerful Bill. They make very annoying noises. They're very loud and annoying. I mean, they're cool. Like, it's cool that they make noises and stuff, but I just find them super annoying. Like, nobody likes you to scream like that, guys. Come on. And as I said, I can't spawn the Baron unless you're in a vampire forest. But my best description is they don't look like the other vampires. They're actually white. Like, they're white. My goodness, how far away do you have to go? They're white, like the ghost, and they have these red eyes that are like angled so that they look like they're mad. And then they have these white things that come out of their shoulders. They're like those ancient dudes or whatever. I don't remember what they're called, but they have white things that come out of their shoulders, almost like spikes, kind of. And they have these little tiny, little baby vampires that hang around them. They're like baby zombies, but they're vampires. And if you get too close to the Baron, they'll actually just come and attack you, kind of like the ghost. Like, it doesn't matter. They'll leave you alone if you're a vampire and you're just standing next to the little babies, but if you get too close to the Baron and the babies will actually come and they'll like attack you. Doesn't matter if you hit them first or anything, they'll come and attack you if you get too close. And the Baron actually uses magic, so he can hit you even if you're too far away for him to legit hit you. Like, it'll hurt you because he'll use magic. So it should be done soon, and then I can show you guys how to do this. So, just like how there's different stages in leveling up in the Vampire Hunter, there's different stages in leveling up in the Vampire. For the first 5 levels, I believe, 4 levels, for the first 4 levels you need this thing. Now you don't need to have these blood things around it, I don't think, but they're just helpful to have. These are just giant blood containers, and what you do is you need this blood bottle, and you just right click on that to fill it up with blood, and you shift right click to get blood out of those, and you just keep filling this thing up. But I just like to fill it up all the way because I just feel like it's better or something. I don't know. It's my OCD or whatever. For these, if you're actually hungry as a vampire, like thirsty, because you don't actually have a food bar, you don't actually need to eat real food, you just need to drink blood, which is a lot easier because if you go up to an animal as a vampire, there'll be this fang thing that comes up on your, like, you know, that little plus sign that's in the middle of my screen. It'll actually change into a vampire fangs when you're looking at an animal, as long as you're a vampire. Like, I'm not right now, it's still working. But then you just press V and it'll bite the animal, and the animal won't usually move or get hurt or anything, so you can just keep biting it until you're full, unless of course it dies, which will. But if you're a vampire and you don't kill it when you bite it, the animal will actually turn into a vampire animal. So you'll get vampire pigs, vampire cows, vampire sheep, vampire horses probably, if you're biting them. Then their eyes will change from black and white to red and black, and their bodies will actually change too. Like, they'll have white lines. For the pigs, their tails will be black. I've only seen sheep cows and pig vampires before. So there's it's a weird noise. I wonder what that is. But yeah, their bodies will change and everything too. But being a vampire, like, it's really cool. Like, you get skills for being a hunter, like, better weapons, better damage dealt, garlic diffusers and stuff, which will keep vampires away, like, period. They'll just stay away. I've never actually spent time as a vampire hunter. I've mostly just chosen to be a vampire because I find it, more cool. But then again, water weakens you and sunlight hurts you. So that's not that great. But what's cool about it is there's coffins, right? You can sleep in coffins. And for that, basically, if it's morning, I can't sleep in one right now because I'm not a vampire, but if it's morning, they work pretty much reverse what a bed works. So, how you sleep in a bed when it's night so you can get to morning? Well, for a coffin, you'll sleep when it's morning so you can get to night. Which is cool. So you could pretty much sleep your life away if you wanted to, if you have this mod, because you could just switch from coffin to bed and just sleep forever. So yeah, you could do that. So for leveling up, you're going to need human hearts and pure blood also, which means no matter what, you have to kill vampire barons. Doesn't matter if you're a hunter or a vampire, you will have to kill them. Unless you just decide that you just want this mod for other things. There's not a whole lot of other things. The weapons aren't super great. They're cool, but like they have really great attack speed, but they don't do a whole lot of damage. Like, and then there's cool obsidian armor. Like, how many of us have, when we're playing Minecraft, been like, man, I wish there was obsidian armor, right? Well, there's obsidian armor. It's red and black, and some of them have a little bit of blue. But my favorite obsidian armor here is this one, the obsidian chestplate of hell. The one that isn't enhanced or special, because it's just black with like little flecks of red in it, and I just like how that looks. There's crossbows, but you once again need to be a vampire hunter in order to use them, otherwise they won't work. This is cool. If you go into the vampire book, it's in a language that nobody knows what it is. It's just some random language, and it's cool that the creators put in that effort to make 2 pages worth of this ancient writing. There's vampire orchids, and you'll find them in the vampire biome, and there's even castle blocks, which is cool. Basically, they're just only vampires can spawn on them, or no entity can spawn on this, which that's cool. If you had that surrounding your house, then no mobs would be able to spawn, even if you didn't have torches or anything, which is pretty cool. Alright, so then you just want to level up. Oh yeah, see, there's the fangs, and I'm going to... So I'm going to do that. It's almost morning, so... And these rituals will actually only work if it's nighttime, they'll only work if it's night. Doesn't matter if you're in a cave or anything. You'll need it to be night. Also, as a vampire, you get more health, and I think you did as a vampire hunter too, but you'll get more health. See, you see that I don't have hunger, I have blood now. And if I press V, then I will drink some blood from these containers, or you can do it from an animal, doesn't really matter. So now that this thing is filled with blood, you just right click, it'll do some spark thing there, and explode with lightning, like that, very loud and obnoxious. Then you just fill it up again. You just keep filling it up. I mean, once again, you don't have to have it full. You can use different levels for different things, but see, like, it uses more every time. But see, now I'm level 3 and my letter there is purple. As a vampire hunter, it would be blue. So for the last one, for level 4, you actually need it to be full. It actually has to be full. See, it uses all of it. And there's that lightning. And you don't need this anymore. So once you're level 4, this is useless to you. Then you move on to these ones. And for these, you just need this, this, and this. I'm just going to go into creative while I build this, because I don't have enough to do it in survival. So you just 1, 2, 3, and then the altar tip. And for the first one, you can use mossy mossy brick. What is this called? You can use mossy stone bricks, or you can just use the normal stone bricks. It'll work either way. And you just do that. And then for the next one, you'll need iron blocks and then gold blocks, like that. And so you need a lot of these. You need like a bunch of these. You need them. You need a new one every single time you do this. So you don't need actually 64 of each, but it's just good to have. And you need to have an empty hand in order for it to work. So it'll do that thing. And you can do it. You can level up while you're in creative, but it's just more fun to. And your screen will turn red. That's normal. That's what it's supposed to do. Yep, and it'll explode in your face. Luckily, it doesn't actually explode the whole thing. Yes, so once you get to level 5, then you don't need this structure anymore. Then you move on to this structure. And you put this vampire book in there. And it'll do its thing. And then your screen will turn red again. And as you can see, my blood thing is changing and I'm getting more hearts as I go. And now I'm level 6, I think. Yeah, you can use this one again. Yep, and your eyes change color when you are. Yes, see, as you level up, you need different, you need the higher purity in the blood, and you're gonna need more hearts or, more, you know, iron and gold or whatever. So this one, you can Yeah, you use this one three times. So you use the stone one once, use the iron one twice, use this one 3 times, and then on your other one you use it 4 times. So it's pretty useful. I'm not gonna have enough books to get to max level, but I'm just showing you guys how this works. As you can see, once you have the 6 pillars, it'll actually, well, sometimes use all 6 of them when it does that thing there. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. You guys get the gist. And if I go into this, so become a vampire, then you get night vision, so you can see at night. As you can see in the background here, it actually lit up. And then you get regeneration, and then you can turn into a bat, and you get sunscreen, summon bats, vampire rage, and then you get choices, just like you did in the other one. You can either get hardened teeth, which deal more damage when you bite, poison teeth, which poisons the creature when you bite, reduce sun damage, or water resistance, so like you get weakened by water, or you get hurt by the sun. Jump boost, you can jump higher, or speed, you can go faster. Blood vision allows you to see entities through walls in the dark. So I'm just going to, and this one I like. You get avoided by creepers. You walk close to a creeper, they'll literally run away from you, and I like that. And you can teleport. See, I'm not high enough level, so I can't get anything else, but I can show you some of these. So the night vision, it'll get a little blurry, and then you'll see these red things. You can see these, and the red ones are the ones you can drink from. See? Oh, the sun's gonna start hurting me here. See? The sun will hurt you. And it does quite a bit of damage actually, which is kind of sucky. So for bat mode, usually it's R. For me, I have it set to U because one of my other mods uses R. So you go to U, and there's your sunscreen, your vampire rage, your regeneration, and your bat mode. So you literally just turn into a bat, and you can fly around. And as you can see, I'm a bat, and I'm still on survival mode. I still have blood here. You can just fly around. You only have 2 hearts, so if you get too close to mobs or vampire hunters, see, they despawned because I'm a vampire, and to me they're mobs, they'll hurt me. But if I was a vampire hunter, the vampires would despawn. But when you're a bat, you want to be careful. You don't want to get too close to bad things, and because you're just so easily killed then. And you can't hit anything when you're in bat mode. You can't just fly above something and hit it. It won't work like that. See, I'm on creative mode and it still works to do this. I want to see if I can just bite one of these and it'll show you guys what happens. See, it's got the effect now. If you wait long enough, I don't know if it'll make you wait a whole nother day again, but seriously, what is that noise? Something very large walking. If you wait long enough, then they'll get red and black eyes and their bodies will change. I don't know what that is. Huh. Alright, well, that kind of concludes this video. The rest of the stuff you guys can, figure out for yourselves, all the different skills you can get and stuff. And if you decide you don't want to be a vampire anymore, and you want to be a hunter again, or you just want to be a normal human, you just get one of these, I can't think of the word. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Altar of Cleansing. Altar, that's what it is. This Altar of Cleansing, and you right-click it, and you will... Now I'm just a normal human again. See? I press U, nothing happens. But that concludes this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped. If it did, leave a like or whatever. Yeah.